24th of November, Rabbi Levitt, Gemorrah.
Lines from the bottom, where the two dots are. Hereshot v'koten pigioson ra. So Roy, would you like to lead us off today?
Thank you. Hare shote v'koten pigioson ra. A deaf mute, a mentally deranged person, and a minor, an encounter with them is bad, etc. The Gemorrah recounts an incident. Imini the Rav Shmuel Achi Acha Shmuel Abba Vahagarani Vahagarya Have Nasiba Le Rabbi Ava. The mother of Rav Shmuel ben Ava of Hagronia was married to Rav Ava. Okay. B'tavas Tinu Limekosei Rav Shmuel Ava. She wrote over her property to Rav Shmuel Ava, her son, Baha the Shechiva after after she died. Over to Azel Rav Shmuel Ava. Kimei the Rabbi Yeremayu Bava. Rav Shmuel Abba went before Reb Yirmiyahu Abba for a ruling. Okamim Benechsi Reb Yirmiyahu ben Abba established him in the property as a rightful owner. Do I go on, or do you want to look?
Yeah, let's see what it is that the Gemorrah wants with this. So again, let's try to figure out what happened over here. Who the players are in this story. We've got number one. The Gemorrah mentions the mother of Rav Shmuel bar Abba, and she was married to Rebbe Abba. Okay, and so this woman was married to Rebbe Abba. She wrote a star. She wrote a star, a document, a deed of like a of a present from her what she was entitled to get from her marriage, and she wrote it out to give to her son. It was to be given to the son. So after she passed away, the wife passed away, and so then the son went before the Bezdin. That Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba was the he was the Bezdin. Interesting. And both of them are bar Abba. but it would seem that they're not brothers, because this one is Rabbi Abba from the city of Hagronia, and does not say that about Rabbi Yirmiyah. So they just happened to have the father's same name. Father's name was the same name. They were not related. And what was the decision of the Bezdin? The decision of the Bezdin was Ukme B'Nikseh. They established they established the property. They established the property. To whom? To whom did they establish the property to? Well, no, we read the words as follows. Ukme, they established to him the property, meaning him is referring to the son that went to before the Bezdin to prove that the property was given to him by means of this document. Okay. Now, what is that? What is this? What's the? Let's see what if Rashi has something to say about this over here. Rashi has to say something. There's one last Rashi on the 88a. Kasvasinu l'niksei malug.
He wrote over the properties that are malug, which is now mentioning a different type of property. La'acha shenisa Rabbi Abba. After she got married to Rabbi Abba, she wrote over. That's when he wrote this. He wrote the property, willing it to her. But after the Shchiva, and after she was, Shchiva is kind of like, lying down. He's very, very ill. Chazal, Rav Shmuel, and then Rav Shmuel came.
Actually means that she passed away.
Yeah. Yeah, after she died, it says, Rashba calls it, after she died, then Reb Shmuel came.
Yeah. Okay, and so Ukme Niksei, they established to him these properties. Now, what exactly is Niksei Malug that Rashi's talking about over here? So just very simply, Niksei Malug is property that the wife brings into the marriage, and now the husband during the marriage, it's under his authority to do with it as he sees fit during the time that they are married to one another. And it's not part of the ksuva, it's not part of the evaluated amount of the ksuva. And the din of such properties of Niksei Malug, don't ask me to explain what Niksei Malug means. Milug, I don't know what Milug, that's a good question. I'm not sure exactly what it is. You'd have to take a look over there in the Gemorrah, in different Gemorahs that talk about Niksei Malug. But I don't know why they call it that. But in any case.
There's a special thing where the properties, they kind of like revert back to I think those cases where they revert back to the wife and the husband can use them during his lifetime. During the marriage, the husband has for example, if it's property and they rent out the property to a farmer, and the farmer pays for the usage of the property. So those proceeds that the farmer pays belong to the husband, even though it's the wife's property. But and after the husband would pass away, these properties remain with her. So so that's what happened over here. That Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba paskin that the son, he should have the right to these properties. What's the chiddush of this case? Oh, we're actually not even finished with the story. Let's continue. The story is not over. Now that's what the ruling of Rav Yirmiyah bar Abba was. So, in other words, so what happened with these properties? They were taken out from the under the authority of the husband, and they were awarded to the son. They were awarded to the son. I believe that the halacha is that the husband is the first inheritor of the wife, but this inheritance would seem to be preceded by the gift that was he wrote out she wrote out this shtar to the son in her lifetime, and it was given over to him presumably in her lifetime, and so therefore Rabbi Yirmiyah ruled that the son would be entitled to the property. So now, what does the husband do? Ozil Rabbi Abba, and this is now on the second line, the end of the second line on Amud Beis, 88b. And for that, we go to Alan to continue the reading.
Sorry, excuse me. It says here that B'sava Tinahu Lin VC Larav Bar Abba Bara. She wrote over a property to Rav Shmuel bar Abba, her son, right?
Right.
Basar after she died. So he didn't get it while she was still alive.
We can't get it while she's still alive,
No.
because that's the whole concept. The husband has the right of the use of it.
Did I-
It's funny,
Did I
The
mishear?
shtar he got, no?
What?
yeah, but it's not doesn't take effect. The husband can use the property. It doesn't take effect till after she dies.
Yeah, but the question here is not what the husband can do during the marriage. The question is who owns the property after the wife passes away.
Right, after he passes away, right. So
I
husband,
thought,
so
you, I
since,
thought you said, Rabbi Levitt, I thought you said that he got it before she died. I thought that's what
That's
you
what
said.
I would assume. Why you have somewhere that says otherwise?
This says he got it after she died, doesn't it?
What did he get after she died?
The property.
The property, yes. The reason why the reason why the son got the property after she died was because he received the shtar from the mother
Before.
in the mother's lifetime.
Uh-huh.
It was a done deal.
Oh, I see. I see.
It doesn't mean it cannot interfere with the husband's rights to the revenues of the property during the marriage when the wife is still alive.
Mhm.
But the question is, after the wife passes away, generally the husband would inherit the wife, but in this case, since the wife wrote out a shtar giving this gifting this property to her son. So that was done. I'm understanding that that was done in the lifetime of the mother, during the time that she was married to the husband. Therefore, that would win out as against the claim of the husband to receive the actual property after his wife passed away. But here we see that that this is not the end of the story. So we're going to Ozel Rebbe Abba on pay Ches Amid Base 88b, second line from the top, and we're going to continue over here with Alan. If Alan would like to read for us.
These are Rabbi Ambar, Imra with Milsor, Kami, Durab Shia. Rab Abba went and related the matter before Rab Hoshaya. Rabbi Hoshia, Amorah, Kami, Durab Yehuda. Rabbi Hoshaya went and related it before Rab Yehuda. Omar when Rabbi Yehuda said to him, Hochi Omar Shmuel, so it says Shmuel. Hoshor Shemor B'Nichsi Molo B'Chaye B'Lor U'Mosor. The woman who sold Milad property during the lifetime of her husband and then died, Haba'al Motzi Miyad Halo Kohos. Husband moves the property in possession of the purchasers. Rabbi Bava may therefore prevent Rav Shmuel Bar Abba from taking possession of the property.
Wow. So you see what happened over here. The husband of his over here is the Rebbe Abba. So he went before he went for a second opinion, so to speak. He went to he brought he went before Rev Oshaya, and he told them what the case was, and he told them what the psak, what the decision of Rebbe Yirmiyah Bar Abba was in awarding the property to the son and not to him. And and then Rebbe Oshaya went before Rebbe Yehuda, who is Rebbe Yehuda is the Talmud of both Rav and Shmuel, and he quoted a ruling in the name of his teacher Shmuel. He said, so Shmuel said, Hachi Amar Shmuel. This is what Shmuel ruled in that case, in that exact case that you are talking about. Ha'isha shemochra b'nichsei bilug b'chaye bala, a wife who sold. Okay, it's not exactly the same thing, but a wife that sold her nichsei malug, this property that she brought into the marriage, that the husband has the right to enjoy the dividends of the property during the marriage, but if she sold it in the lifetime of the husband, Omesa, and then she passes away in the lifetime of the husband, Habal Motzi Miyad Lakuchos. The husband is able to take it away from the purchaser who purchased it from his wife. The wife sold the property to a third party during the lifetime of the husband, and after she died, after the wife dies, Shmuel ruled that the husband has the ability to get back the property from the one that purchased it from his wife.
But the son didn't purchase it.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's see. We have some Rashis over here. Let's see what Rashi says, and then we'll try to put it together. Lou, would you like to read? Oh, Lou's not there. So
I'm
oh,
here.
okay.
Which Rashi are we reading?
Rashi Dibra Maskal Habal Motzi, the first Rashi on Peches Amud Beis, 88b.
Habal Motzi, the husband can take it. She Habal Yoresh es Ishto, a husband inherits his wife. Vehu Haya Lokeach Rishon, and he is the first purchaser.
Uh-huh. So, in other words, the fact that he got married to this woman, and that he's going to, and that he's the halacha is that he inherits the wife. So Rashi says, as a result of that, it's based upon a Gemorrah later on that we're going to see in a couple pages on Daf Tzadi. The husband is regarded, he's got the title of the Lokeach Rishon, the first purchaser, even though he never really purchased the property at all. He's regarded as the first purchaser, meaning he's ahead in line of the third party that actually did buy it from the wife who sold it to this third party in the husband's lifetime. So where does that leave us? This is based upon a Takanas Chachamim that the Chazal regard the husband in this position as a Lokeach Rishon. He's regarded as the first buyer in regard to property that the wife brings into the marriage, and so therefore he comes first ahead of the purchasers. And so therefore, and so Roy said, but it's not exactly the same case. Roy is saying it's not the same case. Over here, so what's the difference in this case, our case and this case that we're quoting over here from Shmuel?
In our case, we're talking about inheritance, and in that case, we're talking about a purchase.
Well, in our case, the wife wrote a star. She wrote a star. She wrote a document deeding the property to her son
As an inheritance.
as an inheritance. Not as an inheritance, no. No, why? It's not an inheritance. It's a deed of transfer. A deed of transfer.
Oh, okay. I
When does it become effective? When does it become effective? Practically speaking, what happened is that when the son went before Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba to say, the property belongs to me, and he showed him the star that his mother had written, so he awarded the property to the son, and thereby took the property away from the authority of the husband.
I see.
And so
he
now
it's considered to be like a purchase. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's the thing. It, would there be any reason? In other words, the only difference in the cases would seem to be that the case that that Shmuel was talking about was that the wife sold the property to a third party, whereas over here she didn't. I don't think she sold it to her son. She just deeded a deed of transfer of the property to the son. I don't think the son necessarily paid anything.
So she gifted it.
Yeah, but I don't see any reason why that would make a difference over here because I mean, even in a case over here where the third party paid money for the property, even in the case where he paid money for the property, we see that that Shmuel ruled that that the property is taken from the third party that paid money for it in a bona fide sale and awarded it to the husband, because the husband has the first he's regarded as the first one in line to receive the property, even if it was sold by the wife before she passed away, while she was still married to the husband, I suppose. And so in this case, I wouldn't imagine that it would be any worse. Here, the son didn't pay any money at all. So it's no he doesn't have a stronger case than the one that actually did pay money. So if the one that actually did pay money, his property that he paid for is taken away from him, I would certainly assume that in the case of the son, the property would be taken away from him as well. This would be the ruling based upon Shmuel, not like what the ruling of Rav Yirmiyah bar Abba had previously paskin. So
Okay, well, I can come up with an argument.
yeah,
The purchaser beware. The purchaser, if I'm going to buy something from a woman, I'm going to be very nervous because of this law that says that the husband can take it away from me.
yeah.
And that's going to affect the price. So I'm gonna be probably paying a much lower price than otherwise, because the property comes with this potential liability. Whereas if I'm the son and she gives it to me, there's no such calculation. The son may not even be aware that this issue exists.
Okay, and therefore,
The cases are different. Maybe we say that the husband can't take it from the son. The purchaser was well aware of the situation and he got compensated for it. So he has no basis for complaining, but the son can complain.
okay, now you in other words, you want to give the son a break because maybe he's a minor and he doesn't know anything about what the halacha is, but we don't see over here that he was a minor.
No, not because he's a minor, because he's not a businessman.
Well,
It's not his area of expertise. The purchaser is by nature, by virtue of the fact that he's the purchaser,
yeah.
it's his area of expertise.
At the beginning of all this incident here, we've got the Mishnah stated a deaf mute, a mentally deranged person, and a minor. An encounter with them is bad, etc. So why is that there? And then it goes on to here if this son is not a minor.
Okay, it's an interesting point. I was wondering what this story has to do with what the Gemorrah, the section that the Gemorrah wanted to discuss in the Mishnah, Perishot V'Katan. So maybe at the end of this story, we'll see what the status of this son is. Maybe he is in fact the minor, but let's just assume for the sake of the argument at this point that he's not a minor. And I mean, it's far from clear that the son is not a businessman and that the purchaser is. And that's number one. And number two, that's not the way we, that doesn't sound like a sound way to judge a case. A case has to be judged based upon the relevant halacha. The relevant halacha is, whatever it is, that's what it is, and it has to be executed. And the fact that a party didn't know what the halacha was, that shouldn't be a reason to take property away from a husband. I don't see that as being a reason. Whether the one that's opposing the husband is the son of the wife, or whether it's just a third party. Over here? It would seem that the Chazal wanted to make a preference for the husband, and they call him Lokeach Rishon. He's the first purchaser over here. That's even when a person paid money. And if a person paid money, we want to protect him, and we don't want the business world to go haywire because people pay money and then they don't get what it is they paid money for. That can't be. That's not a business. That's not a business climate that the business can operate in. So even in that case, I would say that we took the Chazal said, nevertheless, we whatever their reasons were, I'm not sure, but Chazal decided that this husband is regarded as the Lokeach Rishon in this case, because he married this woman, and the woman brought this property into the marriage, and he's the one who inherits her. And so therefore, the Chazal regarded the husband as the first one in line. And I would say that would apply also in the case of the son, who didn't pay any money for it, and whether he knows that the halacha is that we regard the husband as the first lokeach or not. In any case, he himself is not a lokeach, and so he that's what I would understand the rationale of Shmuel of the Gemorrah over here. But we'll see. That's what I would say. But let's see what the Gemorrah says. All we know so far actually is that the case was brought to a second Beis Din, and a different ruling was rendered over here.
I don't think this thing can be so simple, and I think we have to go through the Gemorrah more, because this is a very common case for nowadays. You have a case where, you have a case of a second marriage. Someone has a son already.
Yeah.
And now she had the property before. She had her assets before. And now all of a sudden she gets remarried. So why should all the assets that she had before be now encumbered, that the second husband now can take them over, as opposed to her wanting them to pass over to her son?
One second. No, this is not the same case that you're saying. Here we have it, the mother, the reason why it became Niksei Malug is because she, Okay, now we're getting into a finity over here. Is it automatic when she gets married to this man that this property, he becomes it becomes Nixay Malug? It doesn't depend on what she wants or not? That we'd have to explore.
I wanted to ask a couple of questions in that.
I
Going
would
back-
imagine that it's not so. I would imagine that it's not so. If a wife wants to keep a property away from her husband, she could do so. But I'm not 100% sure about that. This is getting very complicated over here with this Nixay Malug.
Well,
Does she have a right to say that the Nixay that her property that she owns when she gets married to her husband, she has does she have a right to say this property is my property and my husband doesn't have any rights to it, and that's the end of the story with that property. Now that was okay. That's a question. So I'm just answering that for what based upon what Phil said over there. We got to find that out. Okay, yes, Roy.
Yeah, actually, my questions were, I think, the same as your questions. I wanted to know that what she wanted to do in the first place, and what she did, yeah, all right, now, okay, I'll leave it there. What you're asking is the same sort of thing that I was going to ask. So I'll leave it at that. But just one question is that what she wanted to do, does that get taken into consideration? Her
Yeah, that-
intentions, is that ever taken into consideration?
Well, it would, yeah. That's what I. Well, I would. The question is whether did she make such an arrangement? Did she make an arrangement that she wants that was clear that this property should not become Nixay Malug? It is her property that her husband that she's married to doesn't have any reshus over. I have to do some research about that question of whether that could be done. Whether she could do that. Okay. So that we got 2 more minutes. Okay, so we'll hold it for here today. We're right in the middle of this case.
I just want to read a footnote, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure where all this comes from, but it says that after she married Rab Abba, she wrote over her Maluk property to her son, Rab Shmuel Bar Abba, according to Rashi. The son had been born from her previous marriage to another man also named Abba. She desired that her son acquire her possessions during her lifetime so that her present husband, Reb Abba, would not inherit them upon her death.
Uh-huh.
Which footnote is that?
It's number 55 on page 88A5.
Well, you can't
So
write
it
it.
sounds like that's exactly what she was trying to do. She was trying to avoid the husband from receiving this property.
Right. Right, because the son was the son of the previous husband. She wanted her son from her previous husband to get the property.
Right. So she already wrote. Yeah, that's what the Gemorrah says. She wrote it. She wrote this shtar to him before she passed away while she was still married to this Rebbe Abba.
To the second Rebbe Abba.
Yeah. The truth is that there's three sons of Abba in this story. There's Rev Shmuel bar Abba, which the Gemara identifies him as he's from Hagronia. He's the son of the mother that was married. And then there's the man that the mother married. His name was Rebbe Abba. So his father wasn't Rebbe Abba, he was Rebbe Abba himself. But you're saying he was not the Rebbe, he wasn't the father. Yeah, he wasn't the father of that son.
Right.
Because the Gemara says that Rav Shmuel was the son of Abba from Hagronia, as though to distinguish that he's from that Abba was from a different place. He's not the Rebbe Abba that we were talking about. But also, when the son brought the case before the Bezdin, he brought it before Reb Yirmiyah bar Abba. So Reb Yirmiyah was also, his father's name was also Abba, but it was likewise, it was not he was not the brother of that Reb Shmuel bar Abba, the son, because it says just doesn't mention that it was the son of Abba from Hagronia. Okay, very good. So everybody have a great day.
Take care,
Moral of the
everyone.
story is too many Abbas spoil the brew.
Well,
There's
they
a
are,
lot of Abbas over here.
they are their Abba, so what can I tell you?
That was the name.
Too many Abbas.
Take care.
All right, thank you.
Everybody have a great day. Bye, Lou. Bye, Phil. Bye, Alan. Bye, Roy.
Thank you, Rabbi.
All the best.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.